Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Cub Chronicle. My name is Philip and I am joined today with Joel. What's up, man? Wave to the camera. Yeah. All right, so this week's episode is a special tribute to Veterans Day. So we have not only our regular segments of Johanna's Daily Promise and the Counselor's Corner with Mr. Williams, we also have some tributes from our staff, including one of our staff that served in the military. So let's start with Johanna's Daily Promise. He's ready. Let's play it.
Today's promise, contribution. I will earn the help I need in advance by helping other people now and repay the help I receive by serving others later.
Thank you, Miss Johanna. Joel, what'd you think about that advice? Pretty good? No? That was good advice. Yes, it was. All right, next up we have the Counselor's Corner with Mr. Williams. Let's play that clip. You ready, Joel? Yeah, let's play it.
Resilience. Shake it off. Everything negative, everything challenge is an opportunity to arrive. That's a quote by Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. A quote by Maya Angelou. Shaking actually reduces the stress chemical cortisol in the body and reducing stress. So let's shake it off today.
All right, thank you, Mr. Williams. All right, next up we have a tribute to veterans, including an account from our own Jim Strong, who is a teacher here at Children's Center. And then after his clip, we'll play some of our staff saying some things about Veterans Day and what it means to them. Joel, you ready for this? Let's do it.
Well, November 11th is Veterans Day, and that's when we pay tribute to the people who served in the armed forces. I served for a short time in the armed forces. I enlisted in the Army Reserves in 1986 to help get some money for college. I went through parachute training in 1987, and I did Reserve Officers Training Corps at University of Alabama in Birmingham. Graduated from college and was commissioned as second lieutenant in 1988. I attended graduate school between 1988 and 1990. Through the Infantry Officer Basic Course at Fort Benning in 1990. That's basically where you learn how to lead foot soldiers in combat. And then I went to Ranger School, and I was at Ranger School during Desert Storm. So I guess, fortunately, that was a short war, and by the time I got out of Ranger School, the war was over. So I've never participated in combat. And then I served as a military specialty was a parachute infantry officer. I served with the light infantry battalion in Fairbanks, Alaska. Lived in Alaska for a couple of years and got to go to Japan twice, 91 and 92, and work with the Japanese military. And so that was an interesting experience. A mountain climbing accident during training, Army training, shortened my career. So left the military, and the fighting skills I learned in the Army don't really translate to polite society, but the outdoor living skills and the experience of working with different people was very, very good experience. It gave me a lot of knowledge. Being forced to move to the complete opposite end of the country from where you grew up and form a life there is learn a lot of stuff that way. The outdoor skills have been useful. Still use them sometimes as a teacher and as a scout leader. And living in Alaska and traveling to Japan was a great adventure. The Army Reserve helped me pay for part of my college education. And as an officer, I was able to contribute money to a GI Bill program that would help pay for graduate training. So that after I got out of the Army, I got a master's degree in interrelated special education from the University of Georgia. It helped pay for some of that. So that was all good. And so overall, I'd say it was a pretty good experience. It was an adventure. I wish all the veterans and everybody else a happy Veterans Day. I'd like to acknowledge that a lot of veterans suffered much more during their period of service than I did. I was very fortunate. If you go down Perry Hill Road or in other parts of Montgomery, you'll see these really large hospitals. They're larger than any of the civilian hospitals in Montgomery. These are run by the Veterans Administration. I want to acknowledge that many veterans will not leave those hospitals. Many veterans sacrificed a lot more for the country than I did. And I just wanted to acknowledge that. Pay tribute to them. Thank you.
Hello, I just want to say what Veterans Day means to me. I grew up a military brat and I traveled different places thanks to my father, Marvin Anderson, who is now deceased. But I just really want to appreciate the life that he did give us. And I'm thankful for my son, who also went in the military. And just happy Veterans Day to all. Thank you.
Hello, I would like to say happy Veterans Day to all. And thank you all for serving our country. I appreciate you all. I would like to give a special shout out to Tamika Davis, Natalia Wright, Betty Davis, Sherry Henderson, and to my uncle, Rufus Davis. I had the privilege to travel with him in the military, and he served for many years. He's now deceased, and I will always recognize him as being a veteran. And once again, I appreciate you all, and happy Veterans Day.
Thank you for this opportunity to say thank you to the men and women who have served our country and who is currently serving our country. All this week, I've just been strolling through TV and I've been seeing these Army shows or documentaries about war. I'm like, what's going on? I can't even find any shows that I like to watch. And then my husband reminded me, well, Veterans Day is coming up. I'm like, right, yeah, that's why. But, I was sort of sad because I don't want a TV show to remind me of the men and women and their sacrifice to our country. So I would like to say thank you again. I have a lot of family members who have served. I remember my sister, I was very young, and she would call every Sunday, Mom, what are you cooking? And she would tell her, oh, I'm frying chicken, collard greens, this and that. And then she would immediately start crying and say, oh, well, I miss y'all and I want to come home. So then we got smart, so we wouldn't tell her what we was cooking. We were like, oh, nothing good. You wouldn't want this. So that it by itself helped her to deal with being away from family and do what she was called to do as a service person. And also I have nephews. I remember one incident when my nephew was away serving the country and he developed Bell palsy. So then the family was in a panic attack because the mom, no one could be there with him and journey with him through the process. And also next I have a nephew who lost his dad, my brother-in-law, while he was away serving his country. So he had to get the word that his daddy had passed while he was away serving his country. And so you think about that sacrifice. So a big sacrifice, a sacrifice that, wow, money, I don't know of anything that can repay them for what they do on a daily basis. And then not only them, we think about the spouses, the children, the moms, the dad. Everyone pays a price when someone is serving our country. So on today, we just like to say thank you. And so after just going through TV, and I'm like, I don't want a TV show to remind me to say thank you. So I'm going to intentionally, when I see a person in uniform, I'm just going to say thank you for serving our country. Thank you for your sacrifice. And I'd just like for you to join me into doing that as you go out and about your way. Think about someone has made a great sacrifice serving our country. So it's a great deed that they're doing, and we are grateful for them. So on today, from the Children's Center family, from the frontline nurses of Children's Center, We would like to say thank you. We salute you. We honor you. And just grateful that you serve your country so graciously. And we are forever in debt to you. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America.
All right. Thank you to everyone who had something to say about that and contributed. Especially thank you to our veterans. Thank you for all that you have done. And Joel, thank you for joining me. Joel, say bye to the camera. You don't want to say bye? Well, it's time to go. All right, everyone. We'll be coming out with more content soon. We'll see you next time.